Hello world and hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Episode 10. I did not expect to make it here. I'm happy to be here, and let's see what I've been up to. Because I've been up to a little bit between my last recording and this one, and honestly, I think that's what I'm going to have to do is just chip away at stuff for a little bit, and then come back and update you on everything that I've been doing. So the main thing that I've been doing, you can actually see right in this frame. I have updated this door, I've updated that door, and I've left that door open. For this one, I just decided that, it's grays, it's kind of neutral colors, so a little bit of stone and some lodestone, and that they're now cheap, which is great. So I can now just add that there just as a little bit of decoration. Over on this door that I've left open, shame on me, not much has changed in this view. I believe I've updated the angles of the ceiling a bit, just kind of make it a little bit more symmetrical. I said I was fine with the asymmetry, but it just stopped making sense after a little while. Over here, I've added, I think, I don't know if these chests were here the last time I recorded, but I've added glow item frames, and the chests have filled up. As you can see, I've slowly been moving them back a little bit uh, because I wanted to make sure this whole system worked. The rest of these still are not filled up. Oh, and yeah, I've finished the rest of the hallway. This now loops all the way around, goes to the pumpkin and melon farm, which still have been making very, very good progress. I'll need to get some villagers to expend those. I originally had something decorated on top. I need to replace those two blocks. Much better. But yeah, this has been chugging away, and I still have all the remains of my crafting crafters, because I just don't have a good place to put them. You may wonder, why isn't it behind this wall? Well, as I go down here, since I've still left my basement open, these are slabs to fill in that area, I have now improved the kelp dispenser, because now it feeds into a water stream that goes all the way over there to a furnace array. Now this furnace array is pretty stock standard. It takes a minecart that goes around on top. I think the only anomaly is the sheer amount of hoppers I use to distribute the kelp and also to collect everything underneath. I know it's not great to do, but hey, I'm on a single player world. I'm not too worried about lag. So, yeah, hoppers. On the door side of things, I just added some copper because, hey, it smelts stuff. Maybe not copper, but it does smelt stuff. And in here, it's just a very small, cramped room. Input chest in here, output chest down there. Honestly, nothing too crazy. It's a smelter, it does stuff quickly, and hey, it's mine. That's all I care about. And yeah, it wastes kelp, but I don't care. I have a lot of kelp. And honestly, I don't even know how much stuff I'm going to need to smelt. It's mostly just been smooth stone that I've been wanting to get, but we will see what comes up. The final part of this project that I need to do is through this door. It's still just been a void. The shell is still on the outside. I've decorated the iron farm at some point. I don't know if I've shown this to you guys, but I made it so that up above you could see it's just nice and dark, and all the way down into the fire pit because, maybe this releases a lot of smoke and stain the inside. Oh, and yeah, this is tinted glass. Way too expensive for what I needed. But, who cares? But yeah, this whole section here will be for villagers, so I plan to somehow transition this white into something. Don't know if I'm going to do brown to just get a traditional, all these guys are in a wood environment. But yeah, I need to figure out how to mix everything together, maybe somehow hide some of the colors here because there's just so many different colors. But yeah, last part of the project that needs to be done is this whole room, which as you can see I've been cutting the ceiling down over there, and over here also is cut down slightly. But here I'll probably do maybe something similar to this side where it is much lower ceiling. Now I don't know if I said it, but this whole building is meant to be a facade. It is meant to be fake, but I still need to punch some windows in here so it doesn't just look like a cube. I would like, as I'm walking around here, to be able to look up and be like, oh, this looks like a town hall. This could be places where people work. But right now, it is not that. It is just a cube. Not even a cube. It is a box. And a box that needs to get more details. So the next two things on my list is that second room and details around the outside of this. As you can see, is still just a box from every which angle. Oh, and yeah, I did have made another temporary bamboo farm, just in case I need it. But yeah, decorating the outside of this box on all sides, to an extent, of course. And making that indoor room is the next stuff on my list. Look, I just want to get this crossbow to break. And yeah. This was the best thing I could think of. This was the easiest setup, at least, that I could think of. You know, it'd be amazing if you just broke on camera. No, doesn't want to happen. Yeah, didn't think so. So yeah, I just need to get that guy docile so I can move him out of the way, so I can start moving these guys around. And then I need to remember that there still is a spawning radius of all the iron golems, which is why I think it's why those are slabs and why those are slabs? Are those slabs? That is like an incomplete wall over there. Please break your crossbow. Just please. Well, this ended up happening pretty quickly. Yay. So now I can finally take him out of the cage here. I mean, he's gonna stay in a cage, but at least I can move him without being in pain. I need to figure out a name for this guy. Anyway, did not really expect to do a progress update, but I have added some stripped logs, which kind of, yeah, makes it a lot, makes it better. Just having that little bit of texture in there, texture change, makes that a lot better. So yeah, main update was that his crossbow was gone. That's pretty much it. So, still working on laying out the area. Got sidetracked by doing that. And, yeah, maybe that guy's gonna be on my front desk. Right over there. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Well, well, things went wrong. You know, I forget that iron golems still spawn. Anyway, hi, welcome back. Um, I've been at work, and I keep forgetting how iron golem spawning works. One more second. I guess he can't cross the rail. Anyway, yeah, I've camouflaged the iron farm a little bit more. I moved the timing mechanism over to this side. It is now just a hopper clock instead of whatever repeater burnout timer thing, whatever that's called. Um, is it perfect? I don't know. Doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, everything else is the same. Though now the water stream comes up this way and goes into a filter for that one takes out poppies. That's it. Takes out poppies, makes it into bone meal, and the rest gets crafted over on that side. On the inside, it's just a temporary oak, and yeah, that caused the iron golem to spawn, which I forgot about, which caused that guy to die. Anyway, in here, once again, temporary, probably permanent. In here is just a rather ominous dark chamber. Rather cramped, to be honest, but I think it's fine. I have a lot of chests for iron, and I mean, it's not largest system. It just kind of splits it off, which don't know why I did that. Like, I mean, I did this. It's cool. It's great. It splits it into 8 chests, but I also could have just done it so that it was 8 stacks of... Did I say I was smart at this game? I play this game. I've played it for a while. Did I say I was good at it? I hope not. Anyway, after these rows of chests, I have the bone meal from the farm, and then now I just have the rest of these walls. And I'm not sure what I want to do with it. Maybe I could put my crafting crafter over here. Maybe not. But anyway, the other thing that I've been up to in the meantime, I was going to wait a little bit longer before I showed you, but then that happened. The other thing I've been up to is fixing this. So everything over here is kind of the same, and all of these will have other bamboo crafting items, potentially. But over here, I finally made this far more accessible. I now have a chest of kelp. I will slowly work on making a chest of dried kelp blocks, but I figured 1 row and then 5 here will be plenty. So honestly, I might cut that off sooner. But yeah, this is still the same system. It now just a little bit more compact. There we go. So still the water stream from down there. Have I shown you how this works? I think I have. Huh. It's broken. Oh, it's been broken for... Oh, it's been broken for a while now. I mean, not really broken. It's just that the block right here needs to be a stair so that the water refills itself. And ever since I built that... Did I say I was good at this game? I mean, I played it. Did I ever say I was good? Kelp farm. Drops kelp down here. Kelp goes across, goes up, gets into the first chest for kelp. Any overflow on that chest goes into the furnace, not furnace, smoker. Smoker then drops it down below, gets crafted from kelp into kelp blocks. The kelp blocks then go up here, go first into that barrel, and then the overflow goes over to this dropper, which drops it down. I completely had to reroute this water stream to bring it to the smelter. My own stupidity amazes me. Guess I gotta fix that. And then once I fix that, I can get to finishing this room. What am I gonna finish this room with? I don't know. Ah! The idea I was having was I could walk in, have like a little front desk here. Front desk here, and then open up into a room, trying to feel it out, feel what I was doing. but I needed to figure out what I was doing with that, how I was moving these guys. So now that I've done that, I now get to try this room once I fix that. Cut to me being done with that. Hopefully. Oh, the nether strikes again. And I have a feeling a lot of stuff went over the edge there. Let's hope this works. I'm doubtful. Okay. No! Okay. This is worse. Anyway, hi, welcome back. Mini update. Moved all the villagers over there so I could get room over here so I could try to get a brewing set up for converting stuff. I think I showed him last time. I organized this, but I didn't mention it. Fix the kelp farm. Looks bad, but that's okay. I gotta somehow find a way to rescue all my stuff. I only have 2 elytra. Oh boy. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one. Let's see. I have fire resistance potions. Let's try to be smart about this. Time to do a little shopping trip with my villagers, because I apparently only have 2 sets of things. I have my main set, and then 1 backup set, and that's it. And that is really not good. That is not being a smart Minecrafter. Ay, ay, ay. That's what happens when I get too relaxed, when I'm too confident in what I can do, and I just think, oh, yeah, this is going to be a quick in and out. Quick, just get the blaze rods I need, come back out, nothing to worry about. Well, everything to worry about. You know, it's at a time like this where I remember just how big and expansive my base is, because I usually just use my elytra, use a bunch of rockets, which is probably a waste, but I just use that to go back and forth between that big building and my house over here when I need it. Some of this stuff's actually pretty big. I actually got quite a lot of stuff here. Hey. Anyway, still got some enchanting to do. Okay, so round 3, I guess. This is either going to work great or be completely embarrassing, and I don't know which it's going to be. Got a iron pickaxe with efficiency, some blocks to stop, fire resistance, and a ticking timer that I don't know when it's going to run out. Let me regroup for a second. Now. Come on, let me. Well, that was not something I wanted to have happen, but here we are. All that for 3 blaze rods. Right. Alright, everybody, time for a little progress update. I've been hard at work. I mean, by hard at work, I mean chipping away at this slowly but steadily, and I have gotten a pretty decent layout of everything over here, and I've already done a few hallways over there. First off, I will show everything from this side, where I will so collect all the villagers, send them over here. I've redesigned this area just a little bit. The villagers will come over, come down here, be converted by this guy. Once they're done, they will be sent along their way into the next chamber. Now, yes, I can walk through there. I will do that. Not right now. But over here, there's a little hallway just to that room in particular, if for some reason I need to sneak through this way instead of going down the other hallway. And over here, is where all of the villagers will go to. So one villager will be sent down here, and then I can flip that lever to change that one so that the next guy will come here. Once I'm done there, he can be sent along and out. Are there automatic ways to do this? Yes, most likely. Do I know that? Not really. I tried to look it up, couldn't find it. And honestly, I'm fine with having a few levers. It kind of works. I've said I play Minecraft, right? I've told you that, right? So we all know and agree that nether wart is needed for potions of weakness, right? That's that's. I know this game. I promise. I promise I know this game. I promise I've been playing this game. Yeah, I don't need nether wart. I need fermented spider eyes. So I need to get some sugarcane production. I need to get some mushroom production. And there are some spider spawners down below that I will need to make a farm at, which is a future project for another time. But in here, yeah, just made a nice red little chamber for it, and then a track that can be extended out to wherever I need it to. And wherever I need it to will most likely be in this chamber over here. I've been thinking, and I kind of had the idea to have one building per villager type. And honestly, I'm not liking that idea as much anymore. Because, as you know, I've been building over here, but all my storage is way over there at my starter house. And every time I go back and forth, I have to use a rocket. Oh, yeah, that's how I got the nether wart, nether trees. But I have to go all the way to my house to come all the way back over here. And that just takes a lot of rockets and a lot of time. And as you can see, I have been developing a little bit of a chest pile. It's not a monster, but it's definitely a pile. So I think I'm going to put in here a handful of each villager, enough that I can get all the emeralds I need and basic gear and everything I need. And speaking of basic gear and everything I need, I have relocated all of these guys, taken down most of the evidence, and have brought them back to the rest of their friends over in here. Because yeah, if I take a pause for a second, I was thinking that would be like a library with a bunch of librarians. That would be a stonemasonry with a bunch of stonemasons to trade with. Yeah, that's the thing. All those buildings I would be trading with. So that meant I would have to have emerald storage at every single location. And honestly, that's too much. I'm still going to theme those buildings. That one will still be like iron worker, foundry, something like that. This one will still be stonemason, and that one will still be a library. But all the villagers in there will just be for aesthetic purposes. Just to look cool, bring some life into it, and I'll probably put some in that area as well, and in everything else. Well, maybe not everything, but in more things I build around, villagers will just be some decoration. So inside here, yeah, I'll have a guy greet. I've moved out that wall some to make it just be a little bit more flush. And yeah, still working on the design in here. As you can see, I'm incorporating some more wood types, some more block types, with like the diorite in here, the nether crimson. And I think a challenge I want to do for myself is to include every single wood type to some degree. So oak probably won't be the final. I guess bamboo I also need to include one way or another. But I already got acacia, I got pale oak. Um, this wall might stay as is. Still a work in progress. Just wanted to make an update. But yeah, I am challenging myself to make a wood of every floor type. No, a floor that can incorporate every wood type. And probably just the room in general. I want to do that challenge. I don't see too many things with it. It usually sticks to like 2 or 3 wood types. I want to try and get every single wood type in this building one way or another. So yeah, doing hallways like this to get different designs in there, different colors and such. So maybe I'll use some of the blue nether, the warped crimson? warped stem? Warped stem. Final answer. So yeah, little update, more work to do. I hope to finish this room by the end of this video, and that will be amazing. So yeah, check back in a bit. Well, it's been a little bit more than a bit. As you can see, the door behind me, I've given it an archway. I think I'm done with it, but I think it's about like 90% done. It's been about a week since I last recorded, because I just tried to get this done, and I got it stuck in my head that I needed to complete it. Good news is, though, is I have head, shoulders, knees, and toes completely protected with the best enchantments that I can buy. Yeah, emphasis on buy. I don't have any of the barter or any of the treasure ones, but everything else from villagers I got in these doors behind me. So starting in this first room, I've just got a little cozy chamber. I've got a cat, I've got a villager. I will figure out a name for him, and that block is wrong. I need to fix that. Great. Start a tour, already figure out problems. Good job, me. Now, back through this way, I have a little hallway, and yeah, villagers I still haven't placed. Like I said, this is like 90% done. I've made fancy wall. That's a ceiling radio. Ceilings are above you. Walls are beside you. Fancy ceiling. A little bit of fog effect, but once again, still might work on this a little bit more. Not the most happy with it, but still satisfied. And then these guys I still got to move. But yeah, over here I have a cat, apparently. But I have gone through and I have left that door open. You know, I swear I'm more put together than this. I promise you that. So yeah, made the hall. I'm pretty happy with it. 90% complete. I might do a ceiling in here. I need to figure out where to put those other villagers. But yeah, this is what I've got. And I have succeeded in my challenge of incorporating every single wood type. I have oak technically with those, but really oak is over here. Same with birch and spruce. And then I've got dark oak in the floor, jungle in the floor, mangrove in the floor, jungle over here, cherry here, warped here. I only didn't do crimson, but I'm counting this over here as the crimson. So, ha! Got every single wood type. Oh, and also the bamboo signs. So, even more every single wood type. But yeah, behind me, I've got all the villagers for enchanting armor, and some for a little bit more, but I still need like efficiency, some bow enchantments, I think looting. Yeah, looting, efficiency, and bow enchantments. I think those are the three I need. But now, if you have a very good memory, there's some villagers over here that I'm still missing. And that is because I figured out what to do behind here. I still have some iron golems falling down, but all of my iron trading villagers are right over here. A little bit of lighting beneath them, but all these guys trade for iron. And speaking of iron, I have all of these chests. I have a lot of iron here. Those are for easy trading stacks. But I did, in fact, make this be a little bit more spacious. But also, because I don't have that fast of an input, I've cut down some chests on there, and just some overflow protection over here. So yeah, plenty of storage for iron, plenty of storage for bone meal, all of the villagers to trade iron with, to get emeralds. Once I get those emeralds, I can store them in here, which I have quite a few already, and then some extra rails for when I need to convert some villagers. And yes, I have done quite a few conversions. A lot of the villagers were converted for the librarians. So, I mean, I think every single librarian has been converted. Not all of the iron guys, which I'm not too worried about, and not all of these guys. Actually, I don't think any of these guys have. But regardless, everything in here has been working smoothly. I'm just going through all this because I don't know if I've changed anything. But still the same thing where all of these iron get put into a crafter. If I need more minecarts, I just push the button and another minecart gets added here. So let's see that in action. Push the button and I have another minecart. It's like magic. And I push the button for minecart to be placed in there. Picks up a guy, drops him over here. I have him use a axe now to two-hit them. And then they get deposited into one of these. I still haven't rerouted this, which is why there's a little bit of error there. So I can eventually get a spider farm into here. But I do have some weakness potions, some leftover gold, some leftover apples to brew in here. I haven't used this one yet because there's a brewing stand back at my home base that I'm still in use of. I really like how I did this door. Not even door, the archway. I like this archway. Oh, also, one thing I did, because I think there's the cat. This guy, you might be wondering, why doesn't he escape? Well, beneath these carpets is some honey. Right there. So that means when you're down here, you can't jump. And now I'm trapped here. I can't even get out. I can't even use my elytra to get out. What I have to do, put that back down, and try to sneak out of here before that guy does. Because he is going to be stuck in there. Will he get a profession eventually? Maybe. I don't know. Still got to figure this out a little bit. But yeah, he's got a cat friend. He's got this. That's asymmetrical, but that's okay. I did a lot in this episode, and honestly, it kind of felt good to be back to make one, but it took a very, very long time, because I kept adding more and more things for me to do. I mean, I redid this floor beneath me like 3 times. I added this ceiling, which I did not need to do. And I'm put off putting these guys in a good spot because I'm out of ideas for right now. And I need to get this video done. I've completed the entire interior of this building though. Minus a little bit of details here. And also ignoring that way in the distance that I need to repair. But other than that, I think this is my 3rd complete building. I mean, out of 3, but hey, I completed it. I'm happy. I'm glad. And I'm excited to keep going forward. However, the next one, I don't think I'm going to be building much. At least not decoratively. Because I need to get a spider eye farm going. And if you notice, the other thing that's in there is gold. I need to make a gold farm. And that is going to be just in time for the next Minecraft update. I mean, it's already out by this point, but for me to upgrade to it, the Chase the Skies. And I believe you can get the dried ghast from piglins. So, yeah. I'm excited for that one. That's going to be the next video. I think I'm going to do the Chase the Skies, get the spider eye going, and get some gold going. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Might still be a little bit slow getting the next one out because summer is busy for me. But other than that, thank you for watching. And until next time, be good to yourself, be good to each other, and be good to the world. This has been Radio, and I'll put my shoulders on as I am signing off.